Hi Year 6, we're going to do some handwriting, so we're going to need a pencil and a piece of lined paper. Before we do anything, we're going to warm up our fingers and our hands and our wrists to get ready to do some really tidy, neat handwriting. So we're just going to press our hands together like this. And then we're going to do our wrists one way and the other. Push them out. Shake our wrists about. Do it again. Push, push, push. See if you can touch all your fingers together. And get ready, practice that pencil grip, whether you're left or right-handed, how you're going to hold your pencil. So I'm holding my pencil like this, ready to go. When you're practicing your handwriting, you need to be sitting up straight and find somewhere where you can rest to write. Today we are practicing C into E and S into E. C, E, C, E, and S, E, S, E. Look at those lead-ins and the height of those letters. There's lots of words that end in CE and SE. Some of them are adjectives, and some are nouns, and some are verbs. Okay, so I can think of an adjective to describe somebody. You could be nice. In nice, all the letters are the same height, N-I-C-E. So some of these are nouns, like defence. Defence. Defence ends in a C-E. Or suspense, which ends in an S-E. Suspense. You can see in suspense we've got that descender, the P dropping down below the line. And when we're practicing our handwriting, that's a verb, to practice. Practice with an S-E. And we are practicing our handwriting. Practicing. Again, with those descenders and those ascenders. The rest of the letters are all the same height, including the top of that P and the top of that G. We could have patience when we are practicing our handwriting. So practice, when you're practicing your handwriting, is a verb, something that we do, but a doctor's practice is a noun, and that ends in a CE, practice. That is a noun. Right, keep practicing your handwriting, your CEs and your SEs. We're going to play a game to do our spelling today, so we're going to reveal a picture using irregular past tense verbs. I'm going to read the phrase that says, just now I am something, and then you're going to change it to what it is yesterday or in the past tense. Just now I am something, and change it to yesterday I something. So right now I am talking to you. Yesterday I talked to you. Now that's regular, you just put an ED on the end, but some of them are irregular. Like, right, just now I am sinking. Yesterday I sank. You're going to say it out loud to yourself at home, and you're going to see how much we get correct. Just now I am sleeping. What would yesterday be? Just now I am sleeping. Yesterday is it slept? Slept. Yes. Okay. Just now I am teaching. Yesterday I teached. That doesn't sound right. Yesterday I taught. Can you spell that? Think about how you would spell the word taught. Maybe write it down. T-A-U-G-H-T. That's irregular. Just now I am driving. Yesterday I drove. Did you get that right? Just now I am flying. Yesterday I flew. Yes, but check the spelling. F-L-E-W. Just now I am swimming. Look at that double M in there. Swimming. Yesterday I swam. Just now I am drinking. Yesterday I drank. Did you get that one? Just now I am eating. Yesterday that's a really small one. Yesterday I eated. No. Ate. Yesterday I ate. Just now I am writing. Yesterday I writing. One T in writing. Wrote. Yesterday I wrote. Just now I am creeping. Yesterday. Ooh. Yesterday I think about it. Crept. Just now I am buying. Yesterday I bought. Now bought rhymes with taught. Like yesterday I taught, past tense of teaching, but it's not spelt the same. Look at those vowels in there. Bought, different from taught. Just now I am catching. Yesterday I caught. That one. Is that one just like bought or is that one just like taught? Let's have a look. A-U-G-H-T, just like that one there, just like taught. Just now I am learning. Yesterday I learnt. Just now I am growing. Yesterday I... Right, what's that answer going to rhyme with? Yes, yesterday I grew. Just like yesterday I flew. Just now I am hearing. Yesterday I heard. Just now I am paying. Yesterday I paid. P-A-I-D. Just now I am saying. Yesterday I said. Yeah, I don't know why we say said, because that has the same vowels as that one, but we say said. Just now I am sitting. Yesterday I sat. Just now I am singing. Yesterday I sang. Just now I am spending. Yesterday I spent. Just now I am winning. Yesterday I won. And we say won. Yesterday I won. Did you get them all right? These are your spelling words for this week to practice the irregular past tense. So have a practice of writing those out. Maybe combine it with your handwriting so you can have a practice of joining all those letters together really tidily. This is your spelling and grammar lesson. Let's see if you can put this sentence in order and think about what punctuation you need. Which word do we think comes first? Have a go, press pause, see if you can do this. Okay, I'm going to try and put them in order. Most metallic objects are attracted to magnets. Can you spot the nouns in this sentence? We've got magnets. Magnets is a noun. And objects is also a noun. So which ones are the verbs here? This is going to be really important for this lesson on passive and active voice. Are attracted. This is an example of passive voice. So most metallic objects are attracted to magnets. That is an example of passive voice with are attracted to in there. We've got two verbs next to each other, are and attracted. In the active voice form of this sentence, we start with magnets because it's magnets that are doing the attracting. So magnets are the subject of this sentence. Magnets attract metallic objects. Now look at this sentence. Although it is made of metal, tinfoil is not attracted to magnets. Now, do we have a starter and a main course, or a main course and a dessert? What is the main course or the main clause in this sentence? The most important bit is that tinfoil is not attracted to magnets. That's the main clause. We've got an extra piece of information. Now, is that extra piece of information at the beginning or at the end? If it's at the beginning, it's a starter. If it's at the end, it's a dessert. We've got although it is made of metal. So we've got a subordinate clause there. We've got a starter and a main course. Now have a look at these two sentences. They are basically saying the same thing, but they are different. So have a think about how they're different. Tinfoil is not attracted to magnets. Magnets do not attract tinfoil. What is different about them? Well, here we've got is not attracted to in the middle, is not attracted to. And here we've got do not attract. So the verb is written in a different way. But also this sentence here starts with tinfoil and ends in magnets. And this one starts with magnets and ends in tinfoil. So we need to think which bit of that is the subject. What are we talking about? We're talking about magnets. Magnets do not attract tinfoil. So here we've switched the sentence round and put magnets at the end. So when we do that, we change the way the verb is written, and that's what we call passive voice. Tinfoil is not attracted to. So look at the way that that is written. Is not attracted to, rather than do not attract. This one is passive, and this one is active voice. So here is another sentence broken down. The passive voice is often used in explanation texts. That is the passive voice, and I've turned it around to make the active voice. Explanation texts often use the passive voice. So again, look at how the verb changes and the order of the sentence changes. Got an extra bit to the verb here. Is often used. We've got is and used, so two verbs. Whereas in the active voice, we've just got used, just one verb. This sentence is in the passive voice, and I want you to have a go at changing it around and putting it into the active voice. Pause the video, write it down, and then we'll see if you're right. So let's see. We have to follow the rules, put the subject at the front and the object at the end, and change around the verb. Gravity pulls down objects. Now this one is in the passive voice too, and you need to put it into the active voice. The electric current is carried through the wires. So think about how you need to change that round to make it active. Pause the video, have a go. So the electric current is carried through the wires, and we have wires carry the electric current. These sentences are slightly different from each other, and you would use them in different ways to make a point. Often when we do explanation text like we'll be writing tomorrow, you use the passive voice. That's this one. The electric current is carried through the wires. These two sentences are in active voice, and I want you to put them into passive voice. So think again, what do we do to change them round, and how do you need to change the verb? So I've changed them round from active into passive voice. Air resistance slows down birds and planes, slows birds and planes down. Change around, birds and planes are slowed down by air resistance. And water dissolves salt. Salt is dissolved by water. Think about which one you like best for what particular type of writing and when you might use each different sentence. When a coin is placed on a ramp, its movement is slowed down by friction. So in this one, do we have a starter and a main course, or a main course and a dessert? So the main course, remember the main clause. Which bit is the most important part of the sentence? Let's see. Is it when a coin is placed on a ramp? That doesn't make sense by itself. its movement is slowed down by friction. Now we're really talking about the coin. The coin's movement is slowed down by friction. So here we have a pronoun. We've used its to mean the coin. So we have a starter and a main course. And in here we have used passive voice again. Is slowed down by. So we've got two verbs, is and slowed down. And then it says, by what? By what is it being slowed down? The substance dissolved in water. So you're going to add a starter or a dessert to make this sentence better. There are some conjunctions here that are subordinating conjunctions. So you can add your starter or your dessert using some examples from here. And as a challenge, you could add a starter, a dessert, or some sauce. So you could add something into the middle, a drop-in clause or a relative clause. And as a final task, let's see if you can spot whether they are active or passive. Have a think. Active or passive? Active or passive? Active or passive? Active. Sam tidied away the playground equipment. It was Sam that did it. Sam was doing something, so we started out with who was doing it. The classrooms were cleaned by a silent, stealthy cleaner. The classrooms were cleaned by a silent, stealthy cleaner. Passive. We're talking about the cleaner doing the cleaning. We start with the classrooms were cleaned by. So we're starting with the thing that was being cleaned. Were cleaned by. The creature's head was held up by its tiny body. The creature's head, huge head, was held up by its tiny body. Active or passive? Passive. Was held up by. If you got all of those right, fantastic. You're ready to do your explanation text tomorrow. You can go back through the slides about explanation text to make sure you have all the other features and start thinking about how to write about circuits and electricity. If you made a couple of mistakes, that's fine. Go back and watch the video again and see if you can get them right.